You wouldn't believe how long it took me to get into anime. I don't even think I knew what anime was until like 5 years ago. My history with anime is kind of a weird one, and since you guys wanted this video the most, I figured I'd talk about it. Today we're going to be discussing how I got into anime, why I stopped, and why I came back loving it more than I ever did before. Let's go! When I was younger, I grew up watching Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, and Dragon Ball, and Beyblade. That counts as an anime, can't really be asked. But since I was a kid, I thought these shows were just cartoons like any other cartoon on TV. Young Jack thought that Dragon Ball Z was just another SpongeBob. Side note real quick, but I have some weird memories watching Dragon Ball as a kid. I remember when Yamcha died, but I thought he was Goku and I got sad, and for some reason I thought he died the same way Chaozu did. I also remember how when Goku hit Frieza with the Spear Bomb, I was really happy, and then Krillin got Krillin and I cried my eyes out. But anyways, back to the timeline. If I had to guess, I probably figured out what an anime was in 2015 to 2016, but I never knew much about it. Now, we can fast forward a bit, bringing us to 2018. I was, and still am, in a group filled with people who love anime. We all bonded over Dragon Ball, which is the only anime I was a fan of as of 2018. It was always a goal of the guys in the group to get me to watch more anime, and I don't really know what was stopping me. I guess I was just a stubborn boy. But then in 2019, when I was a little more educated on what the hell an anime was, my friends recommended me to start with My Hero Academia. And I enjoyed it. At the time, the first 3 seasons were already out, so I watched all 3 and I really liked it. But I still wasn't in love with anime. After I caught up on My Hero, I tried some other anime like Mob Psycho 100, Rising of the Shield Hero, and Assassinations Classroom. All of which I enjoyed, none of which I finished. It was strange because, especially with Shield Hero, I was really liking the story, but I just didn't have the dedication to keep watching consistently for some reason. I can vaguely remember forgetting stuff due to the long breaks I would take from each episode. Also, side note, I plan on revisiting Shield Hero now, but that literally has nothing to do with the story, I just thought I'd say it. So yeah, my friends knew that I couldn't finish an anime for shit. I know I couldn't finish an anime for shit. We just didn't know why. This lasted throughout 2020 until I just kind of stopped making the effort to watch anymore. It was kind of confusing because I felt an emotional attachment to some of the anime I had watched while simultaneously feeling like it didn't draw me in. Sometime in early to mid 2020, I got recommended 2 anime movies, Your Name and A Silent Voice. And I was blown away. Those movies were definitely the most impactful forms of anime media I've seen at that point. I won't confirm or deny if I cried or not, but I might have cried. They both got me attached in a way I've never been attached to any anime I watched before that point. And we're not going to get to it this very second, but keep that word in mind. Attachment. After watching these movies, I felt a sense of emotional investment and impact that I've never felt from an anime before. They hit hard. Didn't cry though. Maybe. I don't know, anything could happen statistically. I mean, the chances were there, so you can make of that what you will. Anyway, let's continue onward with the story. After that was a little more nothing for a while. Randomly one day, me and one of my friends, Matt, were chilling in a Discord call. He told me about this cute little anime that recently started airing called Tonikawa Over the Moon for You. We watched it together, and it was the first anime I've seen since watching the movies. It was a really pleasant watch, and while it wasn't anything too special, I enjoyed it a lot. After that, a couple days later, me, him, and another one of my friends, Angel, watched another anime together. This anime is called Gamers, and Matt had been telling me to watch it for a while. We watched it, and that shit was ass. Such a generic story with some of the most bland characters I've ever seen. It was only enjoyable because me and Angel were making jokes about it the whole time, and Kagi Films was in it. The main character sucked, and the story sucked, and I fucking hated that show! Sorry, I lost my cool. This is supposed to be a story time, not a gamer's rant. But anyways, after that, I had anime in my head again. Probably a couple days had passed and it was the middle of the night and I couldn't sleep. I was really bored and made a mental list of stuff that I could do. I could either go play something, do a music, or watch an anime. Keep in mind, prior to this, it was almost impossible to get me to start an anime, but for some reason I was leaning towards that option. I was in the mood for something slice life and fun, not a grand epic journey, so I googled the best rom-com anime. Look, it was one of those kind of nights, keep your judging to yourself. One of the first few options to pop up were Toradora. If you know me at all, you could probably see where this story is going. Right from the start, I fell in love with the show. The characters, the atmosphere, the events that played out, just everything the show did drew me in. This was the first anime I actually binged. I finished it in less than 2 days and I loved it. And listen, when it comes to crying, I can neither confirm nor deny. Looking back, Toradora probably isn't my favorite anime I've ever seen, but wow man, if I had to point to one anime, that's definitely the one that pulled me into this beautiful form of media over any other one. Ever since watching Toradora, I've finally been consistently watching and enjoying anime for the first time ever. I watched shows like Monster, Erased, ReLIFE, The Devil's a Part-Timer, Prison School, Bunny Girl Senpai, and have many more on my watch list. Now, the question is, what are these anime doing for me that the other ones that I watched before didn't? Well, I guess there's a couple of possibilities. Maybe it's because originally when I tried getting into it, it felt forced. That could be it, but I kinda doubt it. Forced or not, if I started with any of the anime I watched recently back when I first started, I probably would have enjoyed them all the same. So maybe I'm only into slice of life anime then. Well then, why did I enjoy Monster as much as I did? So it can't be that either. I finally came to a conclusion recently that I think is the most accurate way to look at it. I like stories. I like stories told in unique ways with interesting and likable characters in worlds that you can immerse yourself in. Storytelling can be told in so many different ways, so I think I might have gotten tired of storytelling being told through fight scenes, but instead I now prefer seeing stories told with plot or more realistic events. This isn't me saying I don't enjoy storytelling told through fights in anime. Out of all the anime I've watched before starting Toradora, My Hero was definitely my favorite. I think a lot of the fight scenes were really well done and the whole core concept was super cool. Hell, they even told an amazing story through the fighting, like when All Might used everything he had to defeat All for One. I also like some of the characters from My Hero, but for some reason, I still haven't seen Season 4. Nor do I really want to watch it that much. Some gripes I had with the show were some generic hero traits, as well as there being a long speech or flashback almost every single episode that would give an inspirational speech about a bowl of cereal. I hear that the show is only getting better, so there's a chance I'll probably check it out again in the future, but for now it's not really on my priorities list. I guess it just kinda comes down to preference and how a show can relate to you. A lot of the recent animes I've seen have been anime where it's easy to throw yourself in the story and watch it from an immersive point of view. I guess stuff like My Hero never did that for me. And if we can go back to Rising of the Shield Hero, I'm surprised I liked it as much as I did. The plot was really intriguing and I liked the characters and fights. That's an anime I'm definitely revisiting. But another question is, why do I only enjoy fights sometimes? Well, as I said before, I guess it has to do with the story. If a story is revolved with a unique plot point, I'll probably prefer it over a big fight scene. I think The Devil is a Part-Timer used fights really well because it made complete sense for the characters and didn't interfere all too much with the story. Seeing the fucking devil fight people from his other world was really cool, and it felt like it accomplished something.
You saw Lucifer and made contact.
While I still love fights in anime, like the earlier Dragon Ball fights and fights from My Hero Academia, I guess I just got tired of them happening all the time. I'd rather prefer a story to be good with sparing fight scenes that make sense, rather than the whole thing revolving around it. And for one last time, I don't dislike fight scenes. A lot of the time I love them, but I think that after seeing so many anime being centered around fighting, I just got a little sick of it and started preferring stories that were more unique. Okay, that's my anime story. This video is extremely late. It's either coming out on Tuesday or Wednesday. Actually, it's definitely coming out on Wednesday. No fucking chance I will be able to get this out on Tuesday. This was originally supposed to be Saturday's video, but I wasn't happy with the original script, so I redid it. So it's extremely late. But I still posted a video on Saturday, so it wasn't that good. It was pretty rushed. I made it like an hour and a half, but I wanted to get something out. So now this video's here. I have another video coming this Saturday. Tiger's Dark Past Explained, Toradora. So that's cool. This Saturday, we're gonna be back on schedule. That's like 3 videos in a week. Nice, cool. Thank you so much for the support. That ReLIFE video is fucking taking off. I really appreciate it. I think I'm gonna make another one of those if you guys want to see it. I hope you enjoyed this one. We got the Toradora one coming Saturday. And yeah, that's my anime story. Love you guys. Thank you so much for the recent support. It actually means so much to me. More than you know. Yeah, succeeding in doing something you want to do is a good feeling. But I'll leave now. I think I've taken up too much of your time. I thank you all for watching. I apologize for sitting through. I've been JackTSS. Take it easy.